Okay, that's where you came from. There is a corner tree there. As you enter, and this tree right here would be the other corner of this farm. If you look in that direction, see these rows of them? A little bit more to the left, right up to there. From here, you can see basically the whole grove of 50 trees, which were all planted here in the 1920s. So they're about 90 years old, 90. We are the only farm of macadamia nuts on this island, and it really is a farm. Really is. Okay, so we're not here just dealing with the visitor industry. We're actually the farm. The farm. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Raking, segregating leaves into piles. You can notice that. We pick the nuts only when they fall, but they're falling daily throughout the year. Okay, Joey? Yo. 3:30? Come. Yeah, we'll come right around that time. More better. Okay? Shoot. Okay, hello. So, farm is limited, very mature. We're the only farm on this island. The tree is unique because they're producing the nuts only when they fall. 12 months in a year. No other tree in Hawaii does that. There's probably not too many trees on one hand in the world that does that. So besides the nut being good eating, Hawaiian, expensive nuts that you buy on store shelves, the tree that the nuts come from is more unique than the nut. So this is why we've allowed the visitor in our farm since 1982. Since then, we've added on 250 more trees to 5 acres of land. So besides the 50 original, we got about 250 more. And they all produce the nut. It takes a new tree about 4 to 10 years to produce the nut, 15 to 20 years before the tree produces well. So macadamia nuts were not planted throughout the island chain at all, commercially anyway, because it took so long, okay, for the trees to produce. So commercially, they wasn't planted except for the Big Island. So the Big Island would be the only place in the world that grew this nut commercially for world consumption. That's why you only heard of Hawaiian macadamia nuts, and the island of Hawaii would be the capital. Because of pesticides, herbicides, fertilizers, poisons in a very, very large farm, you guys are not allowed into it. Okay, in the farm area. So most people have no knowledge of this tree. They have no knowledge of the nut, but they've eaten the nut. So this is what we're doing, kind of educating. Besides seeing and learning how the tree does this process of growing 12 months in a year, daily basis, you know you can crack the nut and eat the nut right out of the shell. The best thing about them is that there is no cholesterol in it. There is 50% less calories in it, that nut, compared to the canned or the processed nut. So healthy because we didn't process it, okay, in oils, preservatives, or additives. Then we take that raw kernel and roasting it up there without oils, preservatives, or additives. That's what you taste it at the counter. Because of shelf life, which is about a month for both raw or naturally roasted, which is about a month, they're not marketed that way. So most people in the world has never eaten it, these conditions. So we give you guys that access.
So they shouldn't be frozen either then, right?
Well, you can freeze the raw ones, but you wouldn't want to freeze the roasted ones because they're roasted in the oven and you're taking out all the moisture and it's nice and crunchy. So if you eat them over there like that, you have at least a month. Now a month would be actually prolonged, okay? If you bought the nut and you had them in your hand, 1 whole month to just consume that nut would be kind of long. And then you know it's limited, not like the canned ones because the cans got oil preservatives and additives in it. Oh man, there's a group coming in. Okay, so anyway, the tree is active 12 months in the year. We'll show you real fast how they do that because we got this group and then we're going to have to reiterate. So light green colored stem, budding condition, 60, maybe up to 100 or more potential nuts per stem. That's how they grow.
Okay.
They turn from a light green. If you look at the top portion of this stem, or maybe over and across that long, white, fluffy flowering stem, that's how they make honey. We cannot make it because the farm is too small. The Big Island does it. Once your flowers ripen, they dry out all the petals. So this is what's happening, and then they form tiny infant nuts like this one, little tiny infants. Then they escalate in size like this. They escalate in size like that.
Okay.
They escalate in size like this and like those large ones. And then the last thing that happens is that they fall. So they're not gonna pick up from the tree. They're not gonna shake up from the tree, but they fall. Most of the time green. Ripe nuts are known after we husk it, and we're looking at the nut in the shell. If it's brown, it's ripe. You can pass that around. That took 5 to 6 months to do that. 5 to 6 months.
No hard nut leaching.
No, we have machines. Yeah. Okay? Now what we're going to ask you guys to do, if you can come under here now, because you got that new group coming in, come right under here.